welcome to TWF Friday Night Smackdown. I'm Michael Cole here with Edward Collins and with Corey Graves. And today on Friday Night Smackdown, we're gonna see, well, what are we gonna see? Michael Cole says we're getting close to Halloween Havoc or Fright Day or Spooky Day or Fright Night or Spooky Night. What? Sty? And what are we going to see here today? Well, I'll tell you one thing. Edward Collins says we're getting close to next week. Main event, main show. That's what will happen. Either we do it or we do it next week. And also remind everyone that next Saturday you have to shift your timer back a span before you go to sleep. Or you'll have to do it when you wake up that morning because it's going to be wrong. Well, how do you go by doing that, Corey Graves says? Like if it was 11 and then you go back an hour and you make it 10. Right. That's how it goes. But anyway, that's next week. And today we're here at Friday Night Smackdown. We got the Friday Night Healer, Seth Rollins. Well, I'm now the Friday Night Healer. You know, for a long time I don't need. But I said I was going to be healing all the TWF. You know. And some folks out there want to believe what they want to believe. But at the end of the day, I'm the Friday Night Healer. And I've got a lot of healing I'm going to be doing here. So I got some old foe. One of my former followers, worshippers, underlings, apparently now Cowboy James Storm. I think I beat him 2 times. I think, James Storm, you should admit you can't beat me. You could never beat me. All those years and all that time in WCW and the XWF and TNAW and your little run in WWE and then TNAW again. And then, your saddle run in the NWA. You could never lay a hand to me. And I don't know why you actually thought you could beat me. At the end of the day, James Storm, you're like Buddy Murphy. I brought you up from nothing. If it wasn't for me, you wouldn't be on a TWF show anymore. Hell, what did you ever do? Oh, 3-time TWF team winner. Robert Roode, Abyss, me. TWF heavyweight winner, right? TWF Allegheny Earldom winner, that's it. Kinda sad. It comes off like all the stuff you did in the NWA. Oh, what? 6-time NWA team winner? 5-time TNAW team winner? 1-time IWA winner? Yeah. How long did you hold that winnings for? At least when I became a 2-time WWE heavyweight winner, I held that motherfucker for almost a year. What did you do? You did nothing. Well, first off, Daniel Bryan goes, I don't think anyone wants to hear you bitch whine and moan about your whole, I'm the Friday Night Healer. Well, Daniel Bryan is coming here to stop Seth Rollins, his bitching, whining, and nagging, Michael Cole says. Well, that's right, Edward Collins said. That's all Seth Rollins has done. He's bitch, whine, and nagged. Blaming everyone else for stuff. Doing evil deeds and then saying, and blaming it on everyone else. And then saying he's doing it for own good. I don't think so. Hey, Seth Rollins is doing what Bob Backlund and Steven Richards and CM Punk seek to do before him. Corey Graves says, make the world a greater stead. You know what, Daniel Bryan said? You know how you make change? By going out and work. That's how you make shift. Not bitching, whining, and nagging, because that doesn't shift anything. So, you want to heal things? You want to shift things? Well, put in the time and put in the work. But what you do, Seth Rollins, is you do the greater evil. You beat up folks, you do evil shit, and then you seek to pass that off as good, when there was nothing good about anything you did. Oh, Daniel Bryan, you're a man that should talk. You were like me once. See, everyone forgets Daniel Bryan's little "we gotta help the world" bullshit thing. You see, everyone likes to talk about Bob Backlund and Steven Richards and CM Punk. What about you, Daniel Bryan? Think back when you and Eric Rowan were working together, and you were talking about how you were going to heal the earth. And you did a lot of shit too. Yeah, Daniel Bryan says, but I learned that I was doing wrong. I saw that that wasn't working, and I knew doing evil and passing it off as good was not shifting anything. That's something that Bob Backlund learned, something Steven Richards learned. Hell, even CM Punk and myself learned that. But you, Seth Rollins, you didn't learn at all. Hey, don't mind me, but I also think that Seth Rollins, you making foes all over the stead, James Storm said. Daniel Bryan, I got a lot of onlook for you, but I hate this man Seth Rollins. Maybe need be more than you hate him. James, I don't hate him. I don't like him, but I don't hate him, James. Oh, Daniel Bryan, this is going to be great. I should fight both of you folks, and I'll make you both wish you never fucked with me. Well, here is Kurt Angle now. Now, the way it's looking like, Kurt Angle says, we have a hang-up. Because we got two men who don't like you, Seth Rollins. I don't know why. I don't know why these two men don't like you. I don't understand that. I don't know why James Storm and Kurt and Daniel Bryan don't like you. But you've been making foes. You say you're the Friday night healer. Well, show it. Do it in the ring. All right? Let's do this fight now. Well, we heard from the matchmaker, the TWF, Kurt Angle. And now we got a fight going with Daniel Bryan. And I believe we got James Storm and Daniel backing up Daniel Bryan. Ding ding ding. Well, Daniel Bryan has not wrestled in some time since his fights with Katana for the Allegheny Earldom for the Pennsylvania Reich winnings. And now we got Daniel Bryan doing the yes kicks. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, don't you know those are the Miz kicks? Daniel Bryan borrowed those from the Miz, Corey Graves says. Don't you start, Edward Collins said. We all know the Miz took those from Daniel Bryan and fostered them. That's right, Michael Cole said. It was Daniel Bryan's kicks in the beginning. Whoa! And down goes James. Down went Seth Rollins. And Seth Rollins is seeking to get out of the way. And oh, he's thrown over the top rope and out. The Fight Lord is now tracking him out. 1, 2, 3. Oh! Final call by James Storm, who throws Seth Rollins back in the ring after he final called him, Michael Cole said. That's a shame, Corey Graves says. James Storm should not be in this fight. After the stunt he just did, after he gave the final call to Seth Rollins, he shouldn't be in this fight, Corey Graves says. Well, who's going to take him out of this fight? 1, 2, and a kick out. Seth Rollins kicking out now. Daniel Bryan. Oh! And now Seth Rollins taking down Daniel Bryan. He wants to get ready to do the curve stomp to Daniel Bryan. But Daniel Bryan gets out of the way. Oh! Oh! He got him down. He wanted to do the curve to James Storm. Oh! James Storm just got curb stomped instead of Daniel Bryan. Oh! 1, 2, 3. Ding, ding, ding. Here is your winner, Daniel Bryan. And now Daniel Bryan has beat Seth Rollins with the help of James Storm, who helped Daniel Bryan out, beating Seth Rollins here on Friday Night Smackdown. And now Seth Rollins has gotten in the ring. Oh, final call. The final call is like, final call, like that. And now Daniel Bryan and James Storm got the greater of Seth Rollins here on Friday Night Smackdown. So much, Michael Cole says, for the Friday Night healer who said he's going to heal Friday Night Smackdown. Said he's going to heal the TWF of all of his illnesses and sicknesses and binds and hang-ups, Michael Cole says. But the only bind or hang-up I see is Seth Rollins. Well, good, Michael Cole says. Good job for James Storm helping Daniel Bryan beat Seth Rollins here on Friday Night Smackdown. That was good, Edward Collins said. That's not good, Corey Graves says. I told you, James Storm had no business being in this fight, being in this match. It was between Daniel Bryan and Seth Rollins. And Kurt Angle, if he knows what's right, he'll shift the outcome of this fight. Well, I hate that Corey Graves says, well, I hate to break it up to you, but the Fight Lord's word is the last word of any fight or match here in the TWF. So Kurt Angle or Diva Talks, all they could do is make another match or make another fight, Michael Cole says. That's right, Edward Collins said. That's the only thing Kurt Angle can do. You know. And I understand now that Renee Young now is now going to be talking with the irked, mad Seth Rollins after he lost to James Storm and Daniel Bryan here on Friday Night Smackdown. Yes, Michael Cole, I'm going to be talking with the Friday Night Healer Seth Rollins after he lost to Daniel Bryan. And, oh well, I'm talking with Renee Young. Well, at least it's not, you know, it could be a lot worse. Could have been Joey Styles, or Gene Okerlund, or Jim Ross, or Gorilla Monsoon, or Jonathan Coachman, or you, Renee Young, or Michael Cole. But anyway, yeah, I just lost to Daniel Bryan. Because James Storm had to put his nose in my business. It was between me and Daniel Bryan. And James Storm, that chunk of shit wrestler that couldn't cut it in WWE. That's the truth, James Storm. You came to WWE in August of 2015, 25th between YL. And by December of 25th between YL, you were back in TNAW. You couldn't cut it. You were in NXT for 3 months. You couldn't handle being in WWE and you left. So, whatever. You, me, our hang up, our bind is not done. And as far as Daniel Bryan goes, I'm gonna curve stomp his head in. He doesn't know who he's fucking with. Well, Renee Young says, I'll tell you one thing, Seth Rollins. No one truly knows who you've been fucking with. I mean, you going around doing evil, passing it off as good. Renee, I do the greater good. I'm not Bob Backlund. I'm not Steven Richards. I'm not CM Punk. I'm not Daniel Bryan. I'm not going to give up on my greater good thing like all of them did. Once I put my mind to something, I do it. I don't give up. So you hear me, James Storm. You hear me, Daniel Bryan. Your butts are mine. And no one will stop the greater good. Well, that was my talk with Seth Rollins, the Friday Night Healer. Back to you, Michael Cole. Well, thank you, Renee Young, for talking with Seth Rollins here on Friday Night Smackdown. Seth Rollins saying that he is going to keep on doing his offshoot of the greater good, what's really to truly be the greater evil. Yes, right, Edward Collins said. He just scabed Bob Backlund, Stephen Richards, CM Punk, and Daniel Bryan for giving up on their greater good. But at the end of the day, Seth Rollins should also be scathed for his offshoot of greater evil, Edward Collins said. Yeah, a bloodsucker with a soul is going to scathe a man who fights for the greater good. You never did anything. You never fought for the greater good, Edward Collins. Did you? Corey Graves says. All your films, all your books, you never fought for the greater good. You know what, Corey Graves? Said Corey Graves. You never did. Yeah, I fought for the greater good, Corey Graves. So why don't you stop scathing me for me fighting for the greater good, when you should be looking yourself in a looking glass and know if you fight for the greater good, and how you can follow and be a backer and a forwarder and a follower of a man like Seth Rollins after all the evil he's done, Corey Graves says. Well, that's right. You know what, Michael? You know what, Edward and Corey? You're both right. You got the right to your thought and your beliefs. My thought and belief is, Michael Cole says, at the end of the day, Edward Collins and Corey Graves, I believe that Seth Rollins is doing the greater evil, and he's seeking somehow to pass it off as the greater good. But at the end of the day, he's still doing the greater evil. Well, it looks like that's all the time we're gonna. It looks like it is all the time we're gonna have here. Well, hold on here. You're telling me that, well, it looks like it's all the time we're going to have here for all the time we're going to have here, for Friday Night Smackdown. We were going to have Roman Reigns, but we will see him next. You'll see him next Friday Night Smackdown, because right before next week, Roman Reigns is going to seek out who he's going to be fighting for the World Heavyweight winnings. And also keep in mind, we still got Randy Orton and Drew McIntyre in their hang-up. Well, it's all the time we got here for Friday Night Smackdown. I'm Michael Cole for Edward Collins and Corey Graves. We hope you like Friday Night Smackdown, and we'll see you tomorrow.